Welcome back, guys. This is my first impressions, initial thoughts on the Rock Island Tac Ultra MS in 10mm. I believe the MS stands for mid-size because there is an FS, which I believe stands for full size. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But that's what this is. It's the mid-size. It's the 4.25-inch barrel. It's the bull barrel, as you can see here. I'm not gonna go into all the specs and all that stuff. You guys, I'm sure if you come across my video, you probably already seen other videos that go into all that stuff, the weight and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go into all that. I'm just gonna give you my thoughts from a layman's perspective. This is my first 1911. I know a lot of diehards are gonna say, "Oh, you're supposed to get a 45 ACP and 5-inch." I've been wanting a 1911, and I also have been wanting a 10mm for when I go hunting to protect from lion or bear. And so I figured, why not kill two birds with one stone? So that's what I've done here. And so now I'm just going to give you my first thoughts. I just got the gun today. I haven't shot it. I haven't even put any rounds in the magazine. So these are just my initial impressions. So the first thing that I realized was that coming from the polymer world, this gun is very heavy. It's full steel all the way around, I believe. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a very heavy gun. I've never had a 1911 before, and I don't know if it's this gun specifically compared to other 1911s, but this gun is very heavy, and so I'm hoping that's going to help with the recoil and with the firepower that's coming through with the 10mm cartridge. Also, the grip is very grippy. I wish that it had the stippling like this here in the back. I wish it also had in the front, but I guess this little texturing here, I guess it's gonna do all right. I might try to change out the grips and then add. So I know Wilson Combat has like a little thing that you can add here. I might end up doing that to this gun if it goes on with this style right here. So we'll see about that. But as far as the grip goes, it feels very nice. I have smaller hands, and so my hand fits around it very well, I feel. Um, it's not too hard for me to eject the mag from here, and so I like it. I don't think I'm gonna change them out, but if I do, I'll end up getting the VZ grips, the slimline, just to make it a little easier for my hands, because like I said, I do have smaller hands. The slide also, it's a lot harder to rack than not hard, but it's a lot stiffer than I imagined it would be. I always see guys with their 1911s and they can basically rack the slide by just moving it like that. I know most of those are like 2011s, fancy bougie guns, but it is very hard, and I imagine that has to do with the heavier spring to accommodate the 10mm cartridge. So I'm not, it's not a big deal. I'm not complaining about it. I just, it's just a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be, but that's all right. Also, the hammer right here, it I mean, maybe it's all 1911s are like this. Like I said, this is my first one. I don't know if this is like a 2-stage, or see, it clicks and then it clicks again. I don't know if that's normal. Let me know. I'm not used to this platform, so I just thought that was interesting. It's not a complaint. I didn't know there was going to be 2 clicks like that. But it feels good. It feels clean, nice and crisp. The magazine. Now, this is the Rock Island magazine, and I also bought a 10mm Wilson Combat magazine. Now, what I can say about this magazine, it does feel very gritty. I don't know if you can hear that. compared to the Wilson Combat. There's like almost no grittiness. And I don't know if that's just the spring itself. Maybe this one is a little older, or this is just a much better designed spring, or I have no idea as far as the internals go. This one feels a lot nicer as far as the spring goes, but I do like the way, maybe it's just the black color looks a little more tactile or tactical. I do like the way this one looks better, and I also like the base plate here on this. Yeah, it has like a rubberized texture, whereas this one's just like a little plastic. It's not a big deal, but I do like the way this looks, but we'll see how that goes as far as the grittiness. We'll see if that becomes an issue with, feeding and all that stuff. And then also the thumb safety, when I'm taking it off safety, I love how it feels, that the audible click. But putting it on, it just feels kind of I mean, there's like nothing special to it. It's not like the end of the world, but I just like that click that you hear when I put it off safety. When I engage it, I wish it had that same click and sound and feel to it, but it's not a big deal. I mean, if it becomes an issue later on, I'll see it if I can change it out with some Wilson Combat thumb safeties, and we'll see how that goes. But overall, I'm very pleased with the purchase, especially because I got it. I was able to purchase the gun, 50 rounds of 10 millimeter, with shipping and everything included, all out the door, for just under $600. So it was like $590 some, and I thought that was a great deal. And so shout out to Tombstone Tactical here in Arizona. I contacted them through their price matching program, and I showed them a couple of different websites where they were having it for around like $513 or something like that, and they said that they couldn't match that exact number, but they said we'll do it for $530, which I was like, okay, cool. Plus I don't have to pay for shipping. Plus I didn't have to pay for an FFL fee and all that. So if you're here in Arizona, they do a price match, and so I shout out to them. I appreciate them for doing that, and so I will be definitely doing more business with them in the future. So yeah, guys, I mean, I'm liking it. I can't wait to get out in the range. Once I do, I'll have another video for you guys, but I'm really excited. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not too much kicking power for me, but regardless, I'm going to be taking it out with me in the backcountry because I need some more protection. You never know what's out there when you're hunting. So yep, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys soon. God bless.